Hey everybody, this is Charles Fubler again with another exciting yoga magic. This one's actually going to be for yoga forgiveness. Now I like this one because forgiveness is something you must have. It's actually one of the key things to life. So I just want to come here and make a video on forgiveness. So come here, join me, get a mat, do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Let's get right. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this. So after you get your mat, everything's right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start off in hero pose here, and we're just gonna sit here. We're gonna observe and just breathe. Breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Then once we're done with that, once you feel a little calm, a little ease, we're gonna go ahead, go to the end of the mat, and we're gonna actually go ahead. You can actually bring your knees as wide as you want on this one. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go into child's pose. Uh, and just breathe, just let it take you. Surrender to the earth, to the world, to everything. Because with this one, with forgiveness, you gotta learn to forgive, because that's really a key part to loving something, is to be able to forgive. How much can you forgive? And not only is it good for that, it'll also help release, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of things that could cause a blockage in that. That's really your sacral chakra. So we'll be doing a lot of kind of sacral chakra openings in this one. So just breathe as we do the child pose. And just observe everything. Listen to the birds. Maybe you have a dog at the door, And what we're going to do in this one is we're actually going to come up to a cat-cow. So you want to have your knees over your hips, hands over waist, and we're just going to go ahead, bring our belly down, stretch the arms, bring everything up. Then we're going to reverse it to the cat. And if there's anyone that you've been thinking about, just anything that's like, oh man, maybe, they won't forgive me, or the other way around, I won't forgive them. Just let it go. Let it rise, Just let it pass. Forgiving doesn't mean that you forget. It's just letting the energy go. So there could be room for new. We're going to do a couple more cat cows. And then we're actually going to go ahead, once we go back to a flat, then we're going to lift our left arm up. Get a nice little twist and stretch. And then we're going to thread the needle. Make sure your hips are aligned, your shoulders down, not, reaching your neck. Bring your arm up. I like to do this just because it gives it a nice little stretch add on to it. Just remember, this is for forgiveness. So even if you can't do the pose or whatever, have integrity, in yourself, and to just forgive, forgive. Because really, perfection, when you look at the definition, is really what you decide. So there's always a collective perfection, and then there's your perfection. so let's be perfect and grow. We're gonna actually go ahead, bring this arm up, go back. We're gonna actually bring the opposite arm up this time. Get a nice little twist, thread the needle. Get a nice little stretch. Stretch out your left arm. And we're gonna go back. Then we're gonna go ahead, set our arms up in a way so that you got good support. Spread your fingers. And we're gonna go into our first downward dog. Go ahead. Get a nice little stretch in. Remember belly to knee. We're gonna go into a plank. Down to chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. Then we're gonna go ahead, try small little steps as you possibly can all the way to the top of the mat. Gonna do a half-forward fold. Now forward fold. Half-forward fold. Into a forward fold. Then we're gonna rise all the way up into a mountain pose. Then we're gonna extend the arms. Imagine it like having a big beach ball in your hand. That's a good way for me to get the good extend. And then we're gonna bump our hips to the right and extend. Go back up straight. Bump our hips to the left. Go back straight. Then we're gonna go down to a forward fold. Upward fold, forward hug. And we're just gonna sit here. Just let that forgiveness go, Now we're warmed up a little bit. We can walk it back to a downward dog. And then we're actually going to bring our left leg back, extend it, and bring it forward. Hold 5 seconds, and bring it back. Bring it up, hold 3 seconds. Now we're going to bring it up. Make sure you're breathing. And bring it back. And we're going to pedal it out. Go to plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. And we're going to go to our knees. Get in a child's pose. This time, hands back. Catch our breath. Then go back to this pose. Then we're actually gonna go ahead, turn on our backs. You're gonna want to extend your legs. Keep your hands at about, right behind the eyes. Try to keep your elbows straight. Then we're actually gonna go ahead and get into some crunches. Want to make sure you keep your lower back straight down to the ground as you're doing this. Keep your arms as straight as possible. Make sure you breathe. Make sure we're just gonna get that belly warm a little bit. We're gonna keep doing it for a little bit more. Okay, then we're gonna break. Then we're gonna do something a little different. We're actually gonna shoot our arms up now. So we're gonna do this. And just hold. And extend. So what if you're not, doing it 100% right? You're just here to forgive, really. Not forget, though. Because once we forgive, it allows the energy to create and get better. Because we're able to admit and see it. So then now we can work. And we're going to bring our things down like this. And we're going to hit some more crunches again. Then we're going to turn back around, get into plank, lift one leg up, down to chaturanga, upward dog, woo, downward dog. And we're going to bring your left leg forward. Or we'll actually go ahead. I'll do right leg so you can see. Get a nice little low lunge. Get it set up. Get your form right. Make sure that your knee is over ankle. And tilt your leg to the side. Set yourself up for warrior two. And we're just going to hold. This allows you to, anything that's super hard to forgive, just think about it. And just know that you are greater than, and that there's nothing you can't do. And then we're going to go ahead, bring this leg back, tilt your wrist like that. Make sure you keep all that prana building up in your sacral and your center chakra, so you don't want to lose the integrity for the pose. And we're going to head into a nice little triangle really quick. So bring the stress down. 12, low lunge. Then we'll bring this leg back. Then we'll switch sides so you can see doing this one. And then what I'm going to do here is do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to bring this knee up. Hold for 5 seconds. Bring it back up. 3 seconds. Back up. And this one, a little longer. And back up. Get a little stretch in. Then we're going to go ahead, go into plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Then we're going to go ahead, go on the back. And we're going to do the same thing again. So start off with crunches. Try to keep your lower back to the floor. This is going to build nice, beautiful stomachs as well. And if not, say you're not there, forgive yourself. That's why you're here, so that you can get that 6-pack or 8-pack that you want to get. Then we're going to stop and we're going to shoot. And we'll stop, hit a couple more crunches. That way our belly's feeling really nice. Then we'll turn to a plank, chaturanga. This time lift up the other leg. Upward dog, downward dog. And then we're gonna bring this one forward to the low lunge, or it's actually this leg. Your left leg forward, to the low lunge. See, even though you make mistakes, it's okay. You gotta forgive yourself, because otherwise no one else will. Or you don't even know, really, if someone will. Because it's possible that people will. But I don't know if you want to leave that to chance. So make sure that your ankle is over your leg. And extend to a warrior 2. So you're not leaning too forward or too back. Nice and center. And we'll bring this leg up, tilt your wrist, keep the integrity in the chakras, and extend for a triangle pose. And we'll go down. Oh, flip it back on this side. Go to a downward dog. To a plank. Then what we're going to do here is just lift your left arm up. Lift your hip. Just get your hip lifts in. Where we're shaping the obliques. same thing on the other side. And we'll keep going in the plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. We're gonna step our left leg forward. Catch our breath. Then we're gonna set ourselves up for a warrior 3. I'm going to a chair pose. Forward fold. Halfward fold. Jump back to a downward dog. Then we're gonna go ahead, go on a plank. Then we're gonna do the same thing, but on the opposite side. So, if your arm up, a couple of hip lifts. To the other side. Go to a downward dog. Then set ourselves up for warrior 3 on the other side. Just breathe. Forgive. Don't forget. But love. You want to forgive because a lot of times there's 2 minds in the world. There's your analytical and your reactive. And sometimes when the energy's caught up, especially forgiveness, in your sacral chakra, it blocks a lot of the other energies. So now you can't operate in your analytical mind and only reactive, which is not good, because now you're just doing things based upon reactions. And yet we are highly sophisticated and intelligent animals. Wow. Sweating. Then, what we're going to do here, we got a good workout. Extend your legs as far as you can. Like this. Bring your arms up, and we're going to go ahead, go into a fold. This is just a relax, stretching part. Did a lot of good work on the mat. A lot of good forgiveness. Get a lot of open up that sacral chakra. And just breathe. Then we're gonna go ahead, bring ourselves out. And we're gonna go foot toe from each side till you're about hip width apart. And we're gonna fold again.
feel good stretches in your hamstrings, your calves. You can even get a little bit of movement. Not too much. Especially if this is one of your first times, I would take it easy. Forgiveness. Then go ahead, set your feet together. Back straight. Elbows tucked in. This will be the last, second to last, actually, fold. Then go down on your knees. And sit, actually. Spread your legs. And do one of the best poses, which is a forward fold. Pancake pose. Whatever you really like calling it. This is just good. Full body stretch. Forgive ourselves for, bad things that we've done. Maybe even during this workout, things may not look as the way you wanted, or whatever it may be. Just forgiveness. And then understand that, hey, those poses weren't that good, or whatever it may be. So then now you can work, you can grow, and you can see things in a better perspective. Because without forgiveness, you're stuck in fear. You can never grow and learn. Understand loss, understand who you are. Understand the illusions, the lies, why we're here. Understand the elements and the energies. None of that comes unless you first forgive. Understand your protection, Understand the door opening abilities, And door closing. So then after that, we're going to go ahead, go into our final resting pose. Or just Shavasana. Go ahead, take up as much space as you want. And just breathe, Let the body just relax, Relax your cheeks. Relax your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your hands. Relax your torso. Yeah. Relax your stomach. Relax your chest. Relax your legs. Relax your knees. Relax your legs. Your feet. Relax your toes. Relax your mind. Because you've forgiven. Let the energy pass. Don't dwell on it. Don't stay attached to really anything. Because that allows energies to actually get caught up and not necessarily flow. So just let it flow and let it go.
and start opening our eyes. You know, you can actually stay there as long as you want. Really, till you feel, you know, you've got that complete, you know, nothingness, no thingness, because it's something, but it's no thingness. And you can stretch like as if you were getting up in the morning. Over to your side. Come up and go into seated pose or hero pose. Thank you, everyone. This was Yoga for Forgiveness. I hope you come to this regularly whenever you need to forgive, you know, and then hopefully, you know, after watching this, we are able to turn actually our forgiveness into love, because that would be key, definitely in our world. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Namaste.